Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some intriguing stories and kind of somewhat bad stories going on over here, where we actually had some pretty bad Mother's Day events kind of going on in regards to Xbox, but as well, we also have a pretty intriguing game too that will actually finally be making one of the biggest kind of topic points I keep on always pushing on my channel, where they are finally now focusing on the next gen run. So a little bit of a late night video kind of showcasing some of the really weird and kind of bad stories, but as well some kind of cool, I guess, overall gaming news when it comes to everything up in the Xbox ecosystem as of today. Now, as well, we also had a lot of really good videos, I would say, earlier on today too as well, so if you guys are late night boils, go check them on out. We had some cool PS5 restock news and other various things too as well, and this one kind of goes and also ties into the PlayStation 5 and Xbox and PC and all that good stuff finally as well. So a lot of stuff to go talk about, a lot of nice little late night videos, and I hope you guys all enjoy. And as well, and when you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch link down below, the Weeble and Coinbase down below, and everything else down below, and let's go dive in the video itself. So very first and foremost thing I want to go talk about over here is on the brand new Gotham Knights. Now, that's going to be cool, like that's not the main premise of this video or whatever, but in regard, just for a really quick note, I guess, news to segue into the topic, Gotham Knights will only launch on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and on PC. So the co-op DC action brawler from WB Games will finally, like it's kind of torn, because as you guys know, we're a big restock channel. So at least for right now, I know a lot of folks are still having issues getting the Xbox Series X or PS5. So I'm not necessarily happy about that in the first thing, because I think you guys should all be getting your consoles. Although as time keeps on coming out and out and out, and as more and more months going by, there's more and more restocks. And in theory, hopefully in the next, by like 6 months or a year from now, hopefully all of you guys watching, well, have your consoles. So for this one, we actually do have now confirmation that they will be officially skipping, and now we're finally once again focusing on just big next gen. So that's a huge thing. We've had this kind of really weird, awkward, I guess, just stall, I guess, when it comes to consoles, where at the end of the day, we want these games to be on the better features. We want these games utilized for the next gen consoles. And I pushed this a lot whenever Ratchet & Clank first came out, because in my mind, I'm like, thank God we finally have a pure PlayStation 5 game. Although, sadly, the sales just really weren't as good, although they do keep on getting better and better as time goes on. But now, with the Xbox Series X and S being pretty easy to come by, PlayStation 5, you know, kind of depends, whatever, and also on PC too as well, it does kind of go to show that we're finally making this next-gen jump. So we had the first official gameplay as of earlier on today for the Gotham Knights, with the main characters, both Nightwing and Red Hood, and it was actually revealed by the Warner Bros. Games in DC today, but as well, this is like the big note, it is finally only set to arrive on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So that makes the upcoming open-world third-party action RPG game, it's a mouthful, one of the few actual proper new generation titles. So far with this generation, and I agree, it's been kind of one of my biggest, I guess, quarrels, is that we've seen most games have some sort of cross-gen release. So think, you know, for Sony themselves, with the PS4 for Horizon, and also God of War Ragnarok still coming out, Gran Turismo, just a lot of these games are coming out on the PS4 too, which I am not against. I always say I'm not against it, but as time and goes on, or if like you can pretty readily, like let's say 6 months from now or a year from now, pretty readily be able to go buy and like just walk into a store like a Walmart or Best Buy or Target, or just checking on Amazon online, well, when all that kind of goes and happens, I really think we should be already on next gen. And I mean, like, I can understand why we're taking so long. As of right now, we only had like, what, 2 million PlayStation 5s that were even made in the past few, this past few months. That's not a lot. Like, there's like hundreds of millions of people living just in the United States alone. So, I mean, it makes sense. We got to go wait for supply to catch up. But I just love that we're now finally seeing more and more games coming out with it. So, right now, there's no proper explanation as of why they decided to forego the last generation at the time of writing. The best we've had is a note in a press release accompanying the new gameplay trailer that reads, "Please note, to provide players with the best possible gameplay experience, the game will be released on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and will not be available for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One consoles." So I think it's all around kind of cool. I actually have to say I give pretty big thumbs up with it too as well. Mainly because as we see more games coming out, and this will be, as I mentioned, on October 25th, 2022 this year, as long as there's no like releases or stalls or whatever. So for this is some, to me, big news, because once again, we are finally making this big push into next gen. We are finally having things that are being like, yeah, we can maybe make more money, but I think we'd maybe make a better game and let more people on these next-gen consoles finally go get it. Because as of right now, there is still like 20 million people on the PS5. A lot of people on the Xbox Series X and S, and obviously PC is always a huge market too. Now, if this was only for PS5, I'd maybe question it. Same thing with Ratchet and Clank, because it was only on PS5. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have a good game rather than a bad game. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments down below. Are you guys okay with this? I know a lot of you guys are still trying to find your PlayStation 5s or get like your consoles, even Xboxes. But I do think from October, that's still like another 6 months away, I kind of think we'd be able to go make it. I think we'd be able to go pull it off. So you guys can kind of give me your thoughts and comments on it down below. I think it will work. I think it will be good. I think this will be nice, and I think it's a good step, especially for a somewhat kind of big game. Like when it comes, you know, the superheroes and stuff, that always brings a lot more normal attention. At the end of the day, I'm kind of down with this. So kind of give me your thoughts. There's all kind of new stuff here from today, and usually all these like WB type games have actually done pretty well with pretty good receptions, and you know, today I'm going pretty good. So good stuff with that. Just a lot of good Xbox and PS5 news recently. So like I said, I just like the idea of us finally hitting next gen. Now for this next story we're going to talk about throughout here, I'm going to try my best to censor it up just a little bit or kind of give you guys the rundowns on it. But we actually sadly had a little bit of a Mother's Day tussle. And it was weird because this one was on a dispute over the Xbox controller on Mother's Day. Very weird, very weird. So I'm going to give you guys the summary over here just because I'm not sure what I can and cannot show up on YouTube. But this happened over here. There's a few official, like I had like the NBC article right in front of me over here where there is a guy, he was 22 years old, and he, first and foremost, like you guys can maybe agree or disagree, how it's a little bit weird. He gave his mom an Xbox controller for Mother's Day. So, that's first of all weird. Like, okay, I'm like, my mom is a bit of an older lady. I'm sure there's some moms out there that are like, you know, into gaming or enjoy PC gaming, Xbox gaming, whatever. So I don't think it's that weird. But I'm just more curious on, this story doesn't seem like it's telling the full story. So basically for this one, the kind of little headline over here is a Kentucky man has been arrested on Mother's Day following a dispute over an Xbox controller gift, official says over here. So basically there's a lot more going on. Like it's like just imagine like a tussle, but a tussle times 10, like a little bit more of a hardcore tussle. And that makes sense over there, like arrest and everything else tied on in. And it was very strange because it was at like 8:30 at night. A lot of people were saying there was issues going on, like there's people waiting for law enforcement, and it's really weird because it was all over, not like just an Xbox, or not just like, you know, a console, just for the controller itself. So as of right now, it does kind of seem like the mom is recovering up in the hospital, as well as same with the son himself too, has apparently been arrested on top of that. But I just want to kind of give this story too. It just seems weird because he gave his mom an Xbox controller. But like I said, that just seems like there should be more to that story. Because, I mean, typically, I'm sure there's some moms out there who enjoy it. Do not get me wrong. But I do kind of feel like most moms would probably prefer something else. You know, maybe some nice flowers or just like a hug or spend some time with them. And the fact that it also, like, giving them a gift, which then turns into a bigger tussle, and now people are getting arrested in the hospitals, it doesn't really seem right and normal at the same time. So I'm kind of curious, and I would almost want to look more into this whole situation because, like, was it more of like a sarcastic present? Was it like, hey mom, here's my Xbox controller? And their mom's like, well, what do you mean? Like, like, cool, I guess, but like, did you actually have any thought or any effort put into this at all? Like, yeah, so I can maybe see how like some moms could be upset on that one, but it was just all around kind of a weird situation. So if you guys ever want to give out some presents, maybe next time for Mother's Day, maybe give out some flowers, maybe some chocolates, maybe just give a nice little hug, and try your best not to put your mom in the hospital. I think that's usually good calls. So I just want to give you guys, give me your thoughts on this one with the new releases of us finally going next gen, which I'm kind of happy about. And the more and more we see that, the more and more excited I am. And as well, kind of give me your thoughts on this really weird story going on. You guys can maybe Google it or type in like, you know, the Xbox itself if you just want to see if you guys can find more information on it. But all around, kind of a weird news day. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch down below, the Webull and Coinbase down below, and as well the Twitter giveaway down below. And well, good luck everyone when it comes to this stuff. As I mentioned, if you guys want to check out the videos from earlier on today, feel free to. We had some pretty good and fun stories and more stuff tomorrow.